If you have been researching knee pain treatments, you probably heard terms like PRP, fat injections, stem cells, and subchondral procedures. But what do these biologics actually do? How are they different from each other? And which one is appropriate for an aging, inflamed knee? Today, I'll give you a clear, structured overview of the entire orthobiologic spectrum. What orthobiologics really means. Orthobiologics are treatments that use your own cells, your own growth factors, and your own tissues to improve the biology of a damaged knee. They don't replace bone, they don't replace cartilage. They modulate and support the joint's internal environment. Different biologics work at different levels of the knee. Understanding these levels is the key to choosing the right one. The knee has three biological layers. Think of the knee as three interacting systems: the synovium, the cartilage, and the subchondral bone. Synovium is equal to inflammation control. Cartilage is equal to surface integrity. Subchondral bone is equal to structural support and nerve sensitivity. Most treatments fail because they only address one layer and ignore the rest. Biologic layer 1, platelet based treatments. The first layer is platelet based therapies. This includes leukocyte poor PRP and other related formulations. Platelets release growth factors that help reduce synovial inflammation and support early repair signals. In aging knees, we use a specific leukocyte poor formulation to avoid flares and stabilize the joint environment. This is the biologic foundation. Biologic layer 2, stromal rich fat preparations. The second layer consists of adipose derived stromal cell preparations. Fat tissue retains a rich population of viable stromal cells even in older adults. These cells support immunomodulation, matrix maintenance, and microenvironment repair. Fat based stromal products do not behave like stem cell injections. They work by improving cellular communication inside the joint. This layer is useful when the knee needs stronger biological support than PRP alone can provide. Biologic layer 3, subchondral bone modulation. The third layer targets the subchondral bone. This is the source of mechanical pain, nerve sensitization, and metabolic dysfunction in many osteoarthritic knees. Subchondral interventions help restore bone quality, reduce edema, improve load distribution, and support cartilage from below. When this layer is ignored, patients may improve temporarily but relapse within a few months. Why these layers matter? Orthobiologic treatments are not interchangeable. Each biologic has a specific purpose, a specific biological target, and a specific role in the overall recovery strategy. Some patients may only need PRP, some need stromal support, some require subchondral bone modulation to control bone pain. The key is matching the biologic to the biology of the knee. Not every knee needs every layer, but every knee needs the right one. So, to summarize, platelet based biologics target the synovium, adipose derived stromal biologics support cartilage and signaling. Subchondral procedures address bone pain and structural weaknesses. These are not competing treatments. They are complementary tools that work at different depths of the joint. Understanding these layers is the foundation for choosing the correct treatment for your knee. In this overview, I've shown you how each orthobiologic modality interacts with tissue biology, inflammation circuits, and healing microenvironments. But one of the most debated components within orthobiologics is PRP, especially low leukocyte PRP. It's widely used but not always well understood. In a later dedicated video, I'll break down leukocyte poor PRP in detail. what it can genuinely achieve, where its limitations lie, and how dosing, preparation, and patient biology influence its effectiveness. That focused discussion will help you separate marketing claims from actual regenerative potential. If you have questions about any specific orthobiologic technique, or if there's a point you want me to clarify, drop a comment below so I can address it in the next installment. Thanks for watching.